This City of Light, A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose, with artwork for the opening and thumbnail image by YANE on Pixiv. You can find a link to YANE's Pixiv in the description box. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment. If you aren't sure what to comment, put fabric scissors. Please enjoy This City of Light, Chapter 6. Marinette Dupang Chang, Paris, France, the 6th of December. Ugh. Maybe Marinette shouldn't have played around so much this past weekend. Sure, she'd still spent her time with Adrian, but he was just as much down for her making a mess of his floor with patterns as he was painting their ceramic ornament butts. Today was a long day, but it would have been less long if she had another piece in her portfolio, or if she'd studied for the exam, or if she'd remembered to pack her bag the night before and didn't forget basically everything she needed for class. Long day. Marinette yelped at Adrian's voice, and she looked up, knowing she was flushed to see him grinning at her, the wrinkles around his eyes hidden by his mask. Okay, Cat Noir. Cat Noir grinned at her, standing in the doorway of her classroom. Cat! Hi! Marinette stared at her seatmate, who stared at him slack-jawed. What's up? I got you a present. He held up a package, thick with plastic, because you lost yours. What? He walked over and put it on her desk, and it clicked together. You got me fabric scissors. She looked up to see him trying not to laugh, his lips frozen in a taut smirk, and realized her seatmate must be making a face, but knew better than to check. Take the high road and all that. Yeah, wow. If I knew you'd be the one to replace them, I'd have lost them a lot sooner. Yeah, but if you lose something again, I'll have to look into it. Excuse me? Marinette narrowed her eyes, not piecing it together until it was too late. I know all the best ways to catch a cat burglar, after all. He leaned in, palms on her desk as he brought their faces together. Wow, what a show! Thankfully, there weren't too many people here. Well, thank you again, she said, taking the package and shoving it into her bag. Going somewhere? To a friend's house. I need to make sure he isn't... She looked back to see him unwinding a ball of yarn between his fingers. Getting tangled up in anything. Marinette snatched the yarn back, and his little cat ears drooped as he twisted his lips into a pout. Next, you're gonna take away plastic bags. Paris already did that a few years ago, kitty. It too baddy. Cat clutched his chest as Marinette rolled her eyes. She avoided meeting her seatmate's stare as she finished packing up. It's not like this would be enough for her to stop talking down to her, but it might silence her for a bit. Headed home? Or we could walk past one of those numerically listed blog post locations. Marinette looked out the window, knowing they still had some time before sunset. Dinner first? That wasn't the smartest thing to say in this room, filled with wandering ears and cutthroat competition, but it was too late to change it now. Cat touched his tummy, then sent her everything she needed to know with a look. How about just drinks then? If he couldn't even get a Starbucks in him, then it was a bad anxiety day. Refreshers? She raised her eyebrows. Not hot chocolate? Then again, it was easier to drink. Milk fills you up quickly, if only for a short while, but that's not always a good thing. With lemonade? Totally. Great. Thankfully, he didn't offer her his hand. She had enough content to deny in front of her classmates already. "The Grand Department Store?" Marinette asked as they went into the subway. "Yeah, I feel bad you missed out on shopping because of me, and apparently the animated dolls are the most lavish display in Paris this time of year." Kat turned to stand in front of her, chest to chest on the crowded train. "Oh, the little, She couldn't remember what they were called. Animatronics? Animatronics? Yeah. He had to take a half step toward her to balance himself as the train started forward. Wow, they sure kept this train car toasty, didn't they? "I didn't get to go much as a kid," Marinette confessed, "but sometimes customers would tell us about them." "I bet you're busy this time of year. Does this mean I need to walk you home early tonight?" No, she shook her head. "We have some part-timers specifically for Christmas cakes." "My mom used to take me to see them sometimes." This was rare. "The animatronics?" "Yeah." He blinked a few times and thought, smiling. "She used to make up stories for the characters." That must have been nice. "Yeah, and then she'd let me ride that little train." "The one that goes around, She couldn't remember which building. That one store?" "Yeah, that one. Ever been?" "No, I never wanted to wait in line that long as a kid." Kat laughed, catching the eyes of those who were trying not to stare. "I changed my mind." "About?" "Let's get hot chocolate instead." He was in a good mood. That's good. "What do you mean, let's get? I was planning on my order coming with whipped cream all along." "You put whipped cream on your lemonade?" He twisted his face, but couldn't restrain his smile. "Gross." "Oh, my Kwame." Marinette rolled her eyes, then had to take a step forward as the train began to slow. "Careful." He put his free arm in the space around her, but didn't touch. "Thanks." "I'll follow you out," he said, pointing his chin as the doors opened. "Thanks," she said again, unsure if he'd hear it in the bustle of the crowd. They decided to walk the boulevard first, looking at animatronics and twinkling lights and kids running from their parents to press their faces against the storefront windows, smudging on fingerprints that new hires would have to wipe away before their bosses got mad and called them lazy. Marinette enjoyed a peppermint hot chocolate, and Kat tripled the amount of syrup in his, so he may as well have gotten a shake. "Thanks for today," Marinette said as they walked up to the bakery, taking the bag Kat had absolutely refused to let her carry. "I could say the same." "My dad texted me that we're going to watch a movie once I get upstairs. Want to come?" He shook his head. "I've got a meeting with my manager early tomorrow. I'd better not." It was a little disappointing, but Marinette was proud of him. Even just 6 months ago, he'd have ruined his sleep schedule to socialize. He was improving, day by day. "Well, poop on you," she said, tapping her knuckles against his shoulder. "I'll see you around, Kat." "Yeah, I'll see you around." They lingered in the doorway for a moment, smiling at each other until Marinette looked down and away, reaching for the door handle to close behind her. And then, as she shut out the night, Kat turned and walked away too. Her father must have the oven on. It was warm in here. Marinette was warm, and her cheeks were pink from the December wind. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you also enjoyed Chapter 7, which will be out shortly, if not already. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction. If you've already done that, hit that thumbs up button to add an interaction to the analytics, and leave a comment for double bonus points. If you aren't sure what to comment, put peppermint hot chocolate. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!